All right, so my friends, welcome. We're doing a set review of the complete Historic Anthology 7 release on MTG Arena. It is 25 cards that are going to be legal in Historic, also Historic Brawl, and some other stuff as well, in the cubes and so on and so forth. But if you know me, I love Historic. Some folks have called me the mayor of Historic. It's one of my favorite formats right now. And these Historic Anthology drops are really, really exciting in general because they put a whole bunch of new cards in the format. And this one is unbelievably exciting. Just overall, there are a ton of awesome cards in this set. And one of the things I love most about Historic is it's a really good home for cards that have been power crept out of Modern and Legacy, but are still super awesome, which we'll get to in a bit. So let's go through here. We'll go pretty fast through these cards. Giver of Runes, our first one. I actually missed this one when I saw the previous entirely. This is a huge one. This card's play in Modern, obviously. The fixed Mother of Runes. Mother of Runes, obviously, just way too good as printed, being able to save itself. Giver of Runes can save everything but itself, which is awesome. And this is a really good card for Hammer Time. Cool card for maybe Aura's decks. Good card for creature decks in general. Very, very powerful addition to the format, and a really, really good one to see a ton of play in Historic. Great craft if you're a white player. Not the human, obviously, but the human decks. Still very, very good. This and Skrelv make it very, very hard for decks to actually kill things. So, Giver of Runes, really, really good one here. Our second white card is Sun Titan. The full Titan cycle is in here, and all the Titans are pretty awesome. Now, not all of them are super playable in like really high-powered formats, but Sun Titan has seen a decent amount of play, honestly. You know, usually alongside Emeria in old Modern decks. Not much as of recently, but it's a powerful card, honestly. And you can call it Fun Titan if you want, sure. And but yeah, Sun Titan's great. It's a really fun card. It's a fun standard card, obviously. A card that might see play in Pioneer if it was legal there. Is it legal in Pioneer? I don't even know. I don't think it is. But regardless, super fun card. All the Titans are very, very fun. Very well designed. Powerful 6-drops. Cool recursive card. A lot of fun with Soul Herder. I'll be playing this card for sure in some upcoming brews. I'm going to do a 10 new brews for the Anthology. Look for that one next week. Should be a lot of fun. But Sun Titan is a great one. When we got to Blues, Frost Titan. It's funny. Frost Titan was the most maligned of the Titans when they were originally released. But it ended up being one of the better ones because it's specifically good against other Titans. But probably won't see much play in Historic as the metagame becomes very, very Titan heavy, which I don't think it will. But still a very powerful card and kind of a fun one. More of a cube card, honestly. But yeah, basically Ward 2 on there, but kind of cool. So Frost Titan. Repeal, a card that's kind of awesome for combo decks. The amount of bounce their own 0 mana artifacts and, get rid of smaller things. Kills tokens for 1 mana. Again, not a card that sees a ton of play in constructed formats anymore, but still a cool card to have access to. It's a cool cube card. Maybe Pauper, if Pauper's the thing on Arena, could be kind of cool also. So we got Repeal. Vendilion Click. I was there, Gandalf. I was there 3,000 years ago, and Vendilion Click was a serious competitive play card. Unfortunately, Vendilion Click has totally been power crept out of every format, basically. But Vendilion Click is exactly the kind of card that I want to see in Historic. We've seen a Tarmogoyf in Historic recently. These cards that are just fixtures of tournament Magic for so long that have been power crept out by Modern Horizons, all these new power creep cards, and Vendilion looks awesome. We'll see a ton of play. I'm not sure, honestly. It should be good in the mono blue tempo decks. Would be kind of cool. It's just a really solid card. You see a lot of play in Legacy also. So this card's great. Love to see some more fairy cards too. Pretty fun home for those. Very, very happy to see the click back in action. Oh boy. Bloodghast also fits the bill of super fun build around card that I absolutely love, but it's a little too weak for Modern and Friends. I adore Bloodghast. It is such a fun build around, super awesome in sacrifice decks. I'm gonna build so many Bloodghast decks, I can't even tell you. I love the art. I love basically everything about this card. Bloodghast is phenomenal, and when I saw this on the spoiler for the anthology, if it was this and 24 commons, I still would have been cool with it. I love Bloodghast that much. Very, very excited about this one. Should be really, really cool. It's Vampire, great sack outlet stuff. We got Echoing Decay. This one's, not every card in the anthology is going to be a super banger. Obviously, this card's kind of a cool answer to tokens, but, for the most part, this is not going to see too much play. Maybe a cube card or a Historic Brawl card, but not much else. We got Grave Titan, the most in a vacuum powerful Titan, if you're playing limited or whatever, in cube draft, stuff like that. 10 power over a bunch of bodies for 6 mana. It does compete with Hourglass Coven in Historic as well, kind of interesting. But yeah, that's a cycle. Obviously, going to be cool in cube. Probably won't see too much play in constructed, but obviously a cool one to have. We've got Unearth, another super fun old card that Hasn't seen too much play as of late, but really, really cool card to have access to with Monastery Mentor. A lot of cool things coming with this also. Again, another great, fun build-around card, which is awesome. Love it. We got Inferno Titan, powerful Titan. Again, not really going to be super impactful, I don't think, in the more powerful formats, but cool cube card. And this card could see play for sure. Arc Lightning's pretty powerful. Pretty big beat stick if you're ramping into some red stuff. We got Tribal Flames, pretty fun card. Love seeing cards like this in non-fetch land formats. Makes them very, very interesting. There's Triomes, obviously, and other domain cards in Historic, but there are no fetch lands. So how deep can this card go? I'm not really sure, honestly. And I absolutely love seeing cards like this in new context. So Tribal Flames, super, super cool. Acidic Slime, not every card's going to be a winner, I guess. Obviously, completely outclassed by Reclamation Sage in any valid format, but I guess it's a cube card, so whatever. What are you going to do? Prime Time! The most powerful of the Titans comes to the format. Obviously, Field of the Dead is banned. There's no Valakut, so very interesting in the point of what do you want to do with this card? What is your prime time going to go get is a big question. But still a very powerful card to have access to. Awesome card to build around with. I'm pumped. I'm happy to see it here. Obviously, a great cube card also. That's great. Tooth and Nail, also a little more of a bummer. This card used to see play way long time ago. But hasn't been really a thing for a very long time. The 9 mana could do a lot better. Again, more of like a Historic Brawl kind of card, but it's cool. It's a fun classic card, whatever. Wild the Coddle, another awesome domainy card that does not play super well without fetch lands, but could be kind of cool. We'll see, honestly. Love seeing Wild the Coddle here. Again, love seeing these fun cards in a different context. Super cool. Bloodbraid Elf. Man, the hits keep on coming. Somebody get me a Jace the Mind Sculptor, please. Can we get a Jace the Mind Sculptor here? Them not putting Jace in this anthology alongside Bloodbraid Elf is a huge miss on my part, because those two cards were like, the antithesis of each other for so long. But Bloodbraid Elf is a ton of fun. Obviously a very, very powerful card. Another card somewhat power crept out of Modern, but I think we'll see some play in Historic. Looking forward to playing this card. Also, there's Mortipod is here too, I guess. Sure. Sword of Fire and Ice, perhaps the most famous of the Sword Cycle. Obviously, the Sword Cycle is also pretty bad in the context of modern day Magic. This is the best one. So if one of them's going to do it, it'll probably be this one. Where's Snowboard Mystic? I don't know, look for that one too maybe. But Sword of Fire and Ice is a lot of fun for equipment decks, things like that. Obviously, Hammer Time's a thing in Historic too, so could slot in there. We get Wayfarer's Bauble, which is a great Historic Brawl card, and honestly a card that could possibly see play in Historic. This sort of, colorless Rampant Growth is a cool thing to have for non-green decks to have access to. We got Worn Power Stone, another cube card that, again, could see play in Historic for non-green decks. Kind of a cool way to ramp. Power Stone's a pretty powerful card overall. And then, in a kind of shocking development, we get a new land cycle. Only 5 of the 6 Canopy lands. Horizon Canopy is missing in action, but Fiery Islet, Nurturing Peter land with a different art. I assume maybe the old artist was crappy or something. Silent Clearing, Sunbaked Canyon, and Waterlogged Grove. These lands are all obviously excellent. Don't see that much play in Modern because, again, power creep. These lands are all really, really good. And I look forward to seeing these lands in non-fetch land mana bases. I think these cards, honestly, could just see play. They could be in Standard, honestly. Wouldn't be surprised to see these cards in Standard at some point because I feel like they're on that power level for the most part, and I love seeing untapped lands that you can play 1-drops within turn 1 and stuff and so on and so forth. So that's the anthology, an absolute banger. This has got to be the best anthology ever for Historic. I mean, Bloodbraid Elf, Titans, Bloodghast, Vendilion Click, Sword of Fire and Ice, good lands on Earth, Giver of Runes, just banger after banger. I'm pumped for this. You should be too. Look for a 10 new brews next week. I'm going to do 5 or 10. I think I'll do 10. I do leave for the Pro Tour next week, late next week also, but I think I want to do 10. I'm going to do more Historic decks also because there's more awesome cards for Historic. We'll do the Explorer Anthology next on stream, and in another video you'll watch on YouTube also. The Explorer Anthology is not as good, unfortunately, but we'll get to that. So, YouTube folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see you fine folks soon.